Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon The Series The Beginning episode talks, and this time we have an actual filler episode. You know, one of those episodes where it's just, there's a little bit of interest, but most of it is just kind of like, whatever. Yeah, that's this episode. Because I didn't care about this episode really all that much. I cared about the Kabuto Island, like I thought that was interesting, but afterwards I was just kind of tuned out, for most of it anyway. So anyway, we're back on the ocean, going to the next gym, and we almost get hit by some people in speeding boats who are rushing to an island. So we follow them to the island, and it turns out that they are a news crew, and they are here for the Kabuto mystery. And we got a bunch of archaeologists or whatever, and they are trying to figure out that mystery as well. And the news crew is gonna film them and document their journey. Nurse Joy is also in charge, and they are apparently here for the mystery, but also apparently there's this thing called Kabuto oil that if you use it could make you live forever. So that's something special. So then Ash and Tracy barge in order to join their expedition and also come on TV, because of course you gotta do it. So they are allowed to join in, Misty as well. So on the road we go for the mystery, I guess. But we are being followed by an old man who is throwing a boulder at us somehow. However, don't worry about that. Machoke saves the day. PM7 can be proud. And then afterwards we reach our location and we start to dig. However, when we do, it starts raining boulders. So that Pikachu notices who the culprit is, follows him, and it turns out to be an old man who tells them to leave this place. And then afterwards he tells the story, also confesses to the fact that he was the idiot who threw all those boulders, but he confesses to the fact that basically the story of the island, and that is when the moon glows red. If the island is disturbed, the island will be swallowed by the ocean. That's basically it. When red moon happens, so don't play Breath of the Wild while on this island, okay? I don't care if it had a Switch 2 update, you do not play Breath of the Wild while you are on this island. That red moon happens at random times, and when it happens, man, will this island sink. But eventually we find a cave full of Kabutos. I like how one guy is like, oh hey, look, I found another fossil. They go inside, and then you just see hundreds of them, and they pretend like they don't notice them until later. It's like, but what about all of those? Are those Kabuto fossils as well? But anyway, they are like, yay, we did it. And then some guy is like, alright, time to collect. And the old man is like, no, you cannot, because that will be disturbing. However, don't worry about that, because the disturbance is coming. Nuisances! Indeed, Team Rocket is here. And they throw a bomb, which people toss around until Ash gets it. He throws it away, and that causes an explosion, which Team Rocket uses in order to net up a bunch of Kabutos. They want to fly away, but the moon has turned red, boys, so the Kabuto wake up. So now we have to leave this place as fast as possible. However, little problem. The island is apparently made out of Kabuto, and that is why when the moon goes red and the Kabuto awaken, the island will be destroyed, because without the Kabuto holding the whole thing together, the island is gonna go away. So now we need to get off the island, but for some reason, which I forgot, we can't use the boats, so we gotta make some rafts. So we make a bunch of rafts in order to be able to get out. We send out a water Pokemon to drag us out. We eventually make it out after a little bit of a tree incident, but we make it out nonetheless. We are now saved. Joy apologizes to the old man, and there you go. The day is saved. Yay. Back on Lapras to go back on Ocean again, and yeah, this episode wasn't necessarily the best. To be honest, it's a whatever episode. It's easily skippable. Like, there's nothing really that happens in this episode outside of, I guess, Kabuto. So if you're a Kabuto fan, you might get a jump out of it. Or maybe even if you're a Machoke fan, you might also like this episode because Machoke saves the day and all that stuff. But outside of that, this episode was really just a nothing episode. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if not already, turn notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel link description and at the end of the video. And if memory serves me right, the next episode might actually be a good filler episode. Bye!